What makes no sense at all? Greebly Mong Woolly Pops. Welcome to Monkey Boys Toys. Launching once again from the surface of our reliable and understandably stoic friend, who otherwise functions as the sofa.
Hello,
the sofa.
sofa.
Anyway, thanks for joining us again, and happy still not Halloween yet. Here's Mr. Bump to look at. Now this week I lead you deeper into the terrifying world of Playmobil's Scooby Doo line. We made our way through the cemetery last week and have emerged, our sanity tested but intact, and find ourselves before the looming presence of a dilapidated edifice which promises to be a significant health and safety concern. I shall now remove Mr. Bump, and we can now begin our investigation.
I think we should split up.
No, Fred, that's a terrible idea. Nobody likes you. And here is an image of the Scooby Doo Adventure in the Mystery Mansion playset. Now, the box itself is far too big for the frame, unless I record it from the other side of the room. So we'll have a look at this image instead. This is obviously the front of the box. Now, this set was released in 2020. It's set number 70361, and it's a 177-piece set, absolutely riddled with choking hazards, aimed at year-olds, which is not the age category I currently occupy. Here's an image of the reverse, and here's a shot of the contents. As you can see, loads and loads of accessories with this set, as we've come to expect from every Playmobil set. I won't go into the details of the bits and pieces because it would be far too long a video. So here's a look at what the set looks like when it's assembled. And this is what it might look like in your imagination. Now, I'm not going to assemble this on camera because I've done enough crying this week, so let's just bring in the finished item. And here is some of the playset. Now, I must confess I bought this set some time ago and assembled it, and it's been on display here in the Monkey Boy nest, so it is a little bit dusty in one or two places. But let's have a quick look at the assembled set. I'll pan up as smoothly as I can. There we go. This is what the set looks like, right the way to the top of the weather vane there. Now, I can't sensibly show you this on camera, particularly with a still camera, but I'll place it about here, and we'll have a quick spin so that we can have a look. There's a lot to talk about and look at in this set, but I do want to be respectful of your time, so I'm going to try and cover everything as quickly as possible. Oh, I've forgotten to put some of the bits in. Hold on, let's pop it here, and let's see if we can populate it and perhaps light it a bit better. Hang on. Okay, well, I think that'll do for now. There are one or two other bits and pieces, of course, tables and various spiders and vermin and things like that, various accessories, pizzas, and there's a gun, all kinds of stuff. But this will do for the purposes of demonstrating the set. Before we dive into the set itself, we'll have a look at the characters that come included. Let's just complete the turn of the playset itself. There we go. That gives you a bit of a look around the outside of the playset there. So we of course get some of the Scooby gang included with the set. Again, we only seem to get Fred and Daphne and Scooby. No, Shaggy's not in this set either, Scooby. Yeah. So I think that's a bit of a shame that we don't get Velma and Shaggy included with the set. I would have thought it would have been nice to include those as well, and then it would be a sort of a complete set, as it were, and it would mean that parents could perhaps buy this for their child without having to purchase another set to get Scooby and Shaggy. But of course, that's the way these things are often done in the toy industry. So yes, we get these two guys again and Scoob. So let's put those off to one side for now. We also get the villain of the playset, which is Dracula. Here we can see Dracula. He's got a sort of rather interesting swingy cape. I'm not sure why that's not just sort of clipped on around the back of his neck as these things normally are, but that's quite cool nonetheless, I suppose. As is usual with these Scooby villains, this figure has a head with two faces. I'll just chuck up a picture here so you can see what this guy looks like. We have, of course, the Dracula face and the revealed human face, because of course Scooby villains are always, in fact, the butler or the caretaker or whatever it might be. So here we can see the two images of Dracula. So there's him. We'll put him to the side. Let's have a quick look at the outside of the playset. I can't move that any further back, I'm afraid, but we'll we'll have to do some of this. So we have the weather vane at the top here. It's got some sort of a serpenty, dragony thing on it, so that's quite cool. We have the gargoyle with a lamp at the front here, at the top of the house there. We've got a chimney, some railings. Down here we've got windows. These shutters can be put in various positions, so you can have them open or closed or hanging off, as I've chosen to do here. We've got a window at the front there. We have various bits of greenery growing all around the building there. Let's move down again. We've got the porch here. We've got some boarded up windows at the bottom. I don't know if I can show you those slightly more effectively. Let's so there's that. The door does open and close. It opens inwards for the characters to access the building, as is traditional with doors. Let's see if we can close that. It's all a little bit fiddly when you've got adult-sized hands, of course. There we go. Close the door somewhat. Yeah, and then we have the rest of the porch there. The green colour is much more vibrant in real life. It's looking rather pale on the camera, but it is actually a very bright green. If we spin the playset round a little bit, we can see we have this section at the side, this sort of massive area with these, I guess, bay windows or whatever. Again, a boarded up window there. Some more shrubbery and things growing up the side of the building. We have an entrance or an exit to the playset here. I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to do with that ordinarily, but it's a little area. You can use that to store things or whatever you might choose to do. I usually use that area to store the coffin in, but we'll come back to that later. Let me just move this there, and we'll pop that in there if we can. There we go. And then turning round to the inside of the playset, we see up at the top here we have a sort of a little roof space here. We've got a tiny little attic area here, or a mezzanine up here. We have a chandelier, various bits of decor around, and the windows are covered by these spooky ghost-faced curtain things. They do glow in the dark. You don't quite get enough with the set to cover every window, so I bought some extras from Playmobil just to cover every window, just because I felt like it. We have the first floor here. That does have a couple of features in it, which I will show you in due course. We've got some pictures on the walls and stuff. We have, of course, the staircase to the left of the screen there, and then on the lower floor we have a bookshelf here. The grandfather clock has slid out of the back, and we do have a grandfather clock just here. We've got a chair in front of the fireplace. It does have a little fire inside, as you can see. We've got spider's web up here. I haven't attached the spiders to it, and we do have a bearskin rug. So yes, that's kind of a look at the rear of the playset. So why don't we investigate things?
So we better split up?
No, Fred, still a bad idea. So I obviously have not placed all the accessories around, as I've just said. I do have still a bag full of accessories yet to go inside, but I choose to keep all those in the bag, even when the set's on display, because otherwise the cats will eat them and run off with them. So the set does have several play features and clue locations, which allow for a variety of play scenarios depending on the creativity of your imagination. So let's start at the top. The roof is not particularly accessible by the characters. There's no walking space or any kind of footway at the top for them to use, but there we go. We do have a chimney over here. The top of the chimney does come off, which is part of a play feature that we'll look into a little bit later. We have a chandelier at the top, just here. If you pull the little lever on the top of the chandelier here, it drops down, so you can cave in the skull of anyone that might be passing beneath it. We also have a play feature here in the corner of the room. We've got a portrait here of Dracula that's pretty wonky. If one of the characters were to try and straighten that photograph, let's put let's put Daphne there for now. And if she tries to straighten that photograph, let me just see if I can do that. It opens a trapdoor, and the character then falls through to the outside of the building, shattering their legs, no doubt. Let's see Daphne here. There she is. She's emerged from the trapdoor to land on the outside porch there. So that's a nice little play feature there. Let's just close that trapdoor up again. Oh, I need to. There we are. Okay. As I said, we have a little area up here as a kind of mezzanine / attic area. This is where we can find a grate that fits inside the chimney. Let me just do it with this hand so you can see it a little bit easier. We've got a grate here that slides into the chimney. Now, this is presumably to stop pigeons falling down the chimney and becoming incinerated in the fire below. Just a quick word of warning: try not to drop a figure down the chimney here. They will fit, but sometimes they can be a pain to get out again, so don't drop your figures down there. Again, we'll come back to that in a second. And that's, I think, more or less the upper floor taken care of. There is a feature here, but again, we'll discuss that in a bit. We'll move down to the lower floor. I'm not sure if I can show you that particularly well, but let's have a go anyway. First of all, we have a spinning bookcase here. That's the traditional spinning spooky bookcase. It won't turn all the way around at the moment because I've got the coffin stored in the space behind it, but ordinarily this would be a way to access the exterior of the building through the spinning bookcase. I think it's a pity there isn't something else on the other side so that you can perhaps have two display options for something inside the room, but there we go. And again, we have some curtains and things downstairs here. Let's just remove this chair for the moment. There's nothing of particular interest in this corner, but we do have the fireplace just here. Again, that will come into play in a little while. We have the rug here, which again will come into play a little bit later on. Let's just have a quick look at the staircase that leads between the two floors, as is common for staircases. Again, this is another opportunity for a spine-wrenching accident. We'll stand Daphne at the top of the stairs there. Just down here you can see there's some sort of a thing on the wall. I guess it's a candlestick, and it's the wrong way up. I've put it on the wrong way up. Let's put that the correct way up. There we go. There's a little candlestick attached to the wall there. Now pulling that causes the stairs to disappear and the character to... Oh, no, we push it backwards. Okay. There we go. That hasn't worked particularly well. What's going on here? Let's have a look. Why is that not working? Oh, it's because I've got the coffin inside the gap. Let's take that out. Professional. So let's try that again. Let's put Daphne back at the top of the stairs, and there we go. The stairs withdraw into the staircase, and your character will smash their face open at the foot of the stairs. So that's cool. And that's sort of it for the main play features of the house itself. It's worth pointing this one out because I do like this one. This would be my favourite one. If you remove the top of the chimney stack there and take the included bones and skulls and drop those into the top of the chimney, oops, like so. What I will do is I'll remove the fire accessory from the fireplace. Let's just tilt that down a little bit. Let's take the fire out. So now if you remove the grate that's in the top of the fireplace, you should now see the bones erupt from the fireplace. This then draws your attention to the bearskin rug, which, when lifted, reveals a little trapdoor just here, which can then be opened to reveal some loot. In this case, we've got a few gold bars in there, so that's another clue to the shenanigans of the occupying villain. Let's just pop the trapdoor back for now. There is also a slightly interactive play feature that is compatible with your mobile phone. The app is available still on the Play Store, and it works as follows. This section of the upper floor comes out. I suppose you could use that as another trapdoor if you wish, but it's mainly there to conceal the workings or the accessibility for this item. And let me see if I can remember how to put this in. Okay, there we go. I couldn't remember how to do that. So this clear section just clips to the underside at the back here of the opening, and then you open up the app, turn the brightness of your phone up, and place it face down on the top of the opening, and it will then project one of, I think, 9 animations onto the screen below, and the animations then play on the surface of the Perspex screen here, and it sort of gives the illusion of a hologram. There's sort of spiders dancing around and ghosts and I think a haunted book and various things like that. I'll chuck a quick video in here so you can see what that might look like. So there's a little look at that play feature. Quite a fun little thing for the kids to muck around with. Very good. And the last thing I'd like to show you is the coffin that comes included with the set. Now, this is not a coffin that you can open to keep any characters in. This serves as a torch for the so you can investigate a bit more easily in the dark. So there we go. That's a little torch. It also serves as a projector for the little character ID slides that you get. Now, the side of it comes out like this. You just pull that out, and then you grab one of your character slides. I think there are a couple that come with it, and this one is the Dracula one. I don't know. Oh, it's the wrong way up. Let's have a look. There we go. So here we have the Dracula slide. You just pop that into here, slide that back into the coffin, and then it will project. You can't see this very well. I'll put a quick insert in so you can see what this looks like, but it will then project the slide onto a wall or other surface for the characters to do some research into the character that they're investigating. So that's cool. And it does have a strobe as well. So if you press it once, it's just the torch, and then do it again, and it's a sort of flickering strobe, as if to perhaps simulate the batteries in the torch dying or something. It's quite fun to set this up inside and let it sort of flash away, and you can see the light flashing through the curtains and things. That's quite good fun. It also has 8 sound effects with it. Each one has an image next to it, so you can see what it sounds like. This is a dizzy, looks like it's a dizzy one. Let's press that. So there's that. We've got various things, a witch's cackle, a crow. So yeah, we won't, shush, crow, stop it, crow. So yeah, a number of sound effects that you can use in your play scenarios. So that's quite a nice little inclusion. I'm not sure how many batteries that takes, can't remember. 3, there we go. 3 AAAs. It's quite a heavy thing actually. But yes, so that's more or less the playset. Let's turn it back around so that we can see it from the front one last time. Here we are. Where should we put it? Let's do it like that. That'll do, won't it? Okay, and there we are.
Let's split up and start searching.
No, Fred, we're done. So overall, I think this is a superb playset for the kids, and it's a cool display item for kids at heart. It is an expensive set. It's probably still around 100 to 150 bucks. It can be found loose on the secondary market for a good price, but it's usually missing quite a few accessories. But most, if not all of these, can still be ordered directly from the Playmobil website at surprisingly cheap prices. If you take the instruction manual here, which as usual is very thorough and explains exactly what you need to do to build the set. It's not a difficult set to build, it just takes quite a long time. But at the back of the set here, you'll see there's a sort of item inventory with all the bits that come with it. So if you are missing any of these parts, you just refer to the to the item number of the bit that you're missing, and you can request all those from the Playmobil website. I do recommend that if you're going to pick up a set that's missing bits and pieces. You can save yourself a lot of money by picking up a used item and just replacing the bits that are missing. It can be a little bit of legwork depending on how many bits you need, of course, but I think it's well worth doing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and boys, is the Playmobil Scooby Doo Adventure in the Mystery Mansion playset. All that remains is for us to run away screaming into the night.
I think we should split up.
Okay, Fred, why don't you run in the opposite direction to everybody else? And there we have it. If you made it this far, well done. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, prove it. And if you'd like to share the video with your Greebly-Mong Woollypops, that would be very kind. If you're new to the channel or a regular viewer not yet subscribed, I hope I may have earned your subscription today, and I'd love to receive your comments on the video or your thoughts about the playset. If you have no such opinions, please leave a comment saying, "Shut up, Fred." So, until next time, I'm going to make like a shepherd.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
Bye.
Roo, 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 roo.